everybody. How we doing? Welcome to my regular Tuesday live stream. Can I get a confirmation that you can hear me, please? That would be great. It looks like everything's working fine, but I've been wrong before. Heard. Awesome. Thanks, Null Bomber, Sophia. Thanks, guys. So how's everybody doing? So second day in a row, I'm doing a live stream because yesterday was my live special guest live stream, and I had Jason Vlad with me from TechSmith, or parent company of Camtasia. So that was a lot of fun. If you missed out on that, I've already turned it into a podcast. So it's episode 3. It's up on wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and the video version is here on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. So yeah, that was a little different than the previous 2 that I did. Where are you going, Peanut? I think once I start talking, I disturb her. She's up now. Are you going to be all right? You can stay there. You just lie down. You just stay there. Yeah, so the first 2, so these podcasts that I'm doing, the first 2 were over 40 success stories, and this third one was Camtasia focused. I've already got the next 2 lined up, and they are back to the over 40 success stories, and that'll take us right to just before Christmas. So that's exciting. Next week, I've got Raina from Small Retired Life is going to be joining us. She started her YouTube channel 3 months ago and is already over 30,000 subscribers. So she's over 50 and she's killing it on YouTube. So looking really forward to talking to her about that, her journey. And if you guys have any questions for her, join me on Monday, same time. So next week it'll be Monday, 1 o'clock Eastern again. The following Monday, I'll keep that a surprise for now. So, yeah, so what's new? What's going on? Where are you watching from? Let me get into the chat and see if there are any questions. We'll start with that, and then I've got a few things to talk about. But first, who all is here? We've got Peter from... Oh, it doesn't say where he's from. Hi, everybody. Wow, I got a front row seat. Yes, you do. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Raj Solaris, here watching Rob, just over 50, new channel, looking to get momentum on my production, learning and taking inspiration from you. Big thanks. No problem. Thanks for joining. Good to have you here. Evening all. Kate here in very cold UK. Very good. It's starting to get cold here in Nova Scotia as well. I was just outside this morning. Anaholics has a question. Hi, Rob. I wonder how you transfer your video files from your Sony camera to your computer for editing. Do you use USB, Wi-Fi, or do you put your SD card in a card reader? Are there more options? Great question. Okay, so as some of you may know, I actually film with 2 cameras. When I'm in this office environment, it's typically with my Sony camera, this one, or that one. Those are my 2 Sony cameras, and they both have SD card slots in them. So I do have an SD card in those. Now, there are 2, I don't use Wi-Fi to get videos off of those. Actually, sorry, just to finish my first thought, the other camera that I use is this one. That is my iPhone. Okay, I usually only use that when I'm outside for my walk and talk videos. Or sometimes I'll use it in the office here if I want to film myself filming myself or something like that. But the iPhone part is easy. That's AirDrop from iPhone to MacBook. That's how I transfer those video files. From my Sony camera, so I've got SD cards in both of them. When I use that one, this one over here, that's the ZVE10, and I use that when I'm filming, I don't know what buttons to press, when I'm making my videos over here in this chair, okay? I do it a little different depending on which camera I'm using. So when I'm using that one over there, I do pop the SD card out of the camera after I've recorded it, and I pop it into the MacBook. My MacBook has an SD card reader slot right in the side of it. Okay, so that's what I do with that one. With this one, I could do the same thing. However, it's a little more of a pain because I've got this one mounted kind of behind my monitors and it's kind of tucked in the corner there. So what I'm doing with this one instead is I have a USB cable plugged into the side of this camera, and I can show you with my iPhone. So this camera here, you can see there are two things plugged in. This one is my HDMI cord, which is currently plugged into this ATEM Mini and running into Ecamm Live here. Okay, so this is how you're seeing me now. This is my USB cable that plugs into a mini USB connection, and I've got that cable going all the way under my desk and over back here, and this is the other end of that. As soon as I plug this into this dock right there, this camera goes blank and it becomes basically a hard drive. So then I can just transfer the files that way. I go into my Finder and I just transfer them from the camera to my proper folder where I want the files for that project that I'm editing. Okay, so I could do that with the other camera with another USB cable. I just don't. I don't know why. It's just not a big deal for me to pop the SD card out and put it in. You know, so those are the two ways you could do it with a Sony camera. As far as Wi-Fi, I don't even know if I can do it with Wi-Fi with these cameras. Maybe I can. I don't. I've never tried. It might. I know some cameras have that ability to connect to Wi-Fi and transfer files that way, but I have not tried that. So maybe these can. Maybe they can't. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's what I do. So I hope that helps. Peter is from Belgium. Always cold here. I'm sure it's not cold in the summer. Very good. Welcome. Oh, that was me? Yes. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, but the music that plays during my 5-minute countdown timer was being played twice in Ecamm, and also I had the YouTube window open. And there's a 2-second delay, so I'm sure that sounded like a mess. So I closed that YouTube window and we're fixed. John and Heather's Dementia Journey, checking in from West End, Halifax. Oh, very good. Like 30 minutes from here. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Haunted Nightmare is tuning in from Victoria, BC. That's not 30 minutes from here. That's, I don't know, 5,000 kilometers. Other side of the country. Welcome. Sophia is from Portugal. Welcome, Sophia. Good to see you again. And Sophia has a question. How much do you use AI to prepare your videos? Give examples, please. Okay. So what I do now is a little different than what I did several months ago. So before, if I was trying to write a script and it was important that I hit certain points, I'd use ChatGPT in that case to help me write the script, but I don't do that anymore. Now what I do though is typically for titles. I'll come up with a title myself, okay, and I will do the best that I can to whatever keyword that I want to use if I want to target a keyword. But more often than not, I don't necessarily do that. But I'll come up with a title, and then I will ask. I'll type that into ChatGPT, and I'll say, I'm making a video about starting YouTube over 40, for example. The title I've come up with is Reasons You Need to Start a YouTube Channel If You're Over 40. And I'll put that in quotes. And then I'll go on to say, I'm typing all this into ChatGPT. I'll go on to say, please give me 5 alternatives for this title that would be better for click-through rate. That's what I usually do. And then it'll come up with ideas. So you want an example? Let me give you an example. So let me share my screen right here. We can get rid of this window. Oh, and I lost the ChatGPT window. Okay. Here, let's just bring this here. So let's say can you see everything here? Yeah. I made a video for YouTube about starting YouTube for people over 40. Title idea I have is, I'll put it in quotes, why you must start a YouTube channel if you're over 40. Please get, whoops, can't type. Please give me 10 alternatives that would be really good for CTR. And yeah, that's fine. I'll just leave it at that. And then we'll go enter. And then here's the answer. Here are 10 alternative titles that could help boost your video's click-through rate, CTR. And there are the answers. Okay, so yeah, so now what I would do, I don't usually ask for 10. ChatGPT added a sentence at the bottom. These titles are crafted to spark curiosity, address fears, and highlight the unique advantages of starting a channel later in life. Let me know if you'd like the thumbnail ideas to pair with them. So you could do that too, and I have done that as well. So the secret to success on YouTube for people over 40. So I'm going to say I like alternative 4. Please give me 5 thumbnail text ideas, but I don't want the text to be any longer than 4 words. See what that gives me. Here are 5 thumbnail text ideas with 4 words or less. YouTube success after 40. It's never too late. Crush it at 40 plus. Why start now? 40 plus and thriving. So there you go. So you go through those options, you pick the combination that you like the best. I typically don't like to repeat words that are in the title also in the thumbnail. That's kind of redundant. So, but it's good if the texts on both complement each other. Okay. So yeah, that is an example, a specific example of how I use ChatGPT. And I do that with pretty much every video. At this point. Now again, in the past, I would also use ChatGPT to help me write a script, but I don't do that so much anymore because most of my videos now are unscripted and off the cuff. I'm just talking to the camera. Okay, so anyways, I hope that helped, Sophia. Null Bomber, howdy from Texas. Howdy, how you doing? We don't want any copyright. Yeah, well, the good news is the music that I was doubling up there and you were hearing twice, I have an account with Epidemic Sound and that's where I got that music, so we'd be okay anyways. That's why I'm able to use that in all my videos. Moroccan Reflections. Hello from Morocco. Hello, how you doing? Peanut is here and she's laying down again. Yep, she's good. Okay, I'm not going to be able to. Guten Abend from Germany. Alles gut da hinten. I have no idea what I just said. No idea what I just said. It looks German to me, though. How was my pronunciation? We have a super chat. Thank you very much, the Sicilian Life. I really appreciate that. Thank you. For the super chat, and if you have a question, feel free to ask. I'm to the point now where I do typically try to answer every question that comes in, but yeah, let me know if you have a question, and I'll answer that. I'll try to jump you right to the top. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, JKK, I believe your name was Kate. Says, I can't quite justify the cost of Epidemic Sound yet. I have gone pro with CapCut though. Very good, and no problem. A free alternative to Epidemic Sound is YouTube. YouTube has a library of music that you can choose music from within there. So yeah, just try that, and you can use any of that music in there for free as well. So the library isn't nearly as big as Epidemic sounds, and I don't believe the search functionality is as good either to find the type of music you're looking for, but it's free, so you can't really argue with that. Raj is in Boulder, Colorado. Awesome. Pops Channel. Hello, Pops Channel. How you doing? Morning, everybody. Haunted Nightmare Media says, I quit CapCut and went back to iMovie. Very good. You like iMovie better? Awesome. Well, you must. Or did you have trouble learning CapCut? I have not done too much with CapCut, but I've never used iMovie. I'm kind of a late comer to the whole Apple ecosystem. I've only had my Mac for about a year and a half now. I've had an iPhone since forever. I think the 3GS was the first one I had. So when is that? 2010 or something? But I was always Windows. So I've never used, so I was already a Camtasia user and sometimes DaVinci Resolve user well before I got my MacBook. So never really tried iMovie. I should though. I should. More German here, which I can't really comment on. So sometimes I do get questions in other languages in the comment section of my videos, and what I typically do is I'll say something like, sorry, I don't speak that language, but Google Translate is awesome. So I'll just copy the question and I'll paste it into Google Translate, translate it, and it does a good enough job so I understand what the question is. But I answer in English because I don't know if I get Google Translate to translate my English answer, it may not be very good grammar, I guess, in the language it's being translated to, and I would have no way of knowing if it was all right or not. So, but they can use Google Translate to translate my English answer. Incidentally, anybody notice that on my last video, I think that was the first one that this happened with, YouTube now has a new feature where videos that I upload automatically get translated to other languages, not only the subtitles, and I don't even put subtitles in mine. I just let YouTube do its thing. It creates subtitles automatically, but now it's creating AI voices in other languages also automatically. I did not do any of that, so let me show you what I mean. It's really cool. Oh, and thank you very much. Null Bomber, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Null Bomber has a question, and he says, how can I define a niche when I have so many evolving interests and hobbies? Could my niche be embracing no boundaries and not sticking to one? How could I package and brand this? Okay, great question. Actually, let me scoot down to the end here and I will just pop that question up there. There we go. Now let me not lose where I was also. Okay, so yeah, this is a good question. Before I get into my answer, I will tell you I do have a video that I made probably 3 months ago now that's all about finding your niche and trying to decide on what your niche is. What's the best niche for you? Niche, niche, whatever you want to call it. I say niche, but I've heard it said both ways. But the thing is, if you're just starting out, it's not as important yet to exactly nail down what your niche is. I didn't. When I started, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to make videos on. But I just kind of looked at, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? How can I help people basically learn how to do what I'm doing? And at the time, I was freelancing. I was mostly freelancing through Fiverr. I created some gigs there. One was how to create basically hire me and I'll add subtitles to your video. So very basic, very simple, but not simple to somebody who doesn't know how to do it. So that's how I started, and then it evolved from that to creating tutorial videos, which Camtasia is great software to be able to do that with. And I've been doing that for years. I used to do that for my own business before I freelanced. So I was good at Camtasia. I was earning a full-time living income with Fiverr as a freelancer. I was making tutorial videos, so So I made a video on Fiverr, how to make a living with Fiverr. I made a video on how to use Camtasia, how to make money online. That was more of a general one. And then I kind of got more into just making Camtasia tutorials. The reason I'm telling you all this is I didn't know what my niche was going to be when I started, so I tried different things. So that's what I would suggest is try different things and look for what do you like making the best. So if you have 4 topics you could be making videos about, make a video on each one of them, and maybe one of them you had more fun making that video. So look at that, but also look at the response, like the results. How many views are you getting? How many watch hours and all that stuff? Look at the analytics of those videos. Which one's doing better? Look at the comments. If you're getting comments for any of them, I would encourage you in all of your videos, especially when you're starting, to ask people to leave comments and ask questions below in the comment section of your videos, because that's getting the dialogue going, and you can get a lot of ideas for future videos from your viewers that way. So I try to do that as much as I can, and quite honestly, I don't know that I'll ever run out of video ideas because of all the questions I get through the comments now. Granted, when you're starting, you don't get nearly as many comments, so you might have to come up with the ideas on your own for a little while first. So that's what I would do. And now, the downside of not making all of your videos in the beginning on one niche is that YouTube is going to have some trouble figuring out who your audience is, especially if you're going to give YouTube's conflicting information. So if you make a video on how to edit videos, right, and you post that, then YouTube will start to think, okay, so that's, if some viewers watch it, then YouTube will think, okay, so maybe those are his audience. And then you go and make a video on how to sail a sailboat, okay? Totally different than video editing, but what YouTube will do is they'll probably, if you got any subscribers from your first one, YouTube will those subscribers will be notified of your second video, and people who are looking for video editing videos, if they see a how to sail a sailboat video, unless you got lucky and that person likes both those things or is interested in both those things, typically you wouldn't get that lucky, or certainly not on average. You're not going to get as many views on that second video. So that's what so now YouTube is almost back to square one. It's like, I don't know who his audience is yet. So the more videos you make spread across different niches, the longer it will take YouTube to figure out who your audience is. That said, remember that when you're first starting out, your first, I'm going to say 20 or so videos, you don't even really care if they take off or not anyways. And the reason I say that is because those first videos, their sole purpose should be for you to practice making videos. And that's it, right? You're starting to get good at making videos. If you're making one a week for 20 weeks and you got 20 videos made, presumably you're getting better and better and better at making videos, right? So that in the future, if your channel does start to take off, now you're better at making videos, right? And the videos you're putting out then, let's say a year from now, those videos perhaps are getting hundreds of views right off the bat, and bringing in subscribers. Those subscribers that are coming in now probably have never seen your first 20 videos, right? You're now on video 30, 40, whatever. And those first 20 videos are not the reason you're getting subscribers now. And in fact, your new subscribers now may not have ever even seen those first videos. Okay, so I guess my point is, if you don't know what your niche is going to be, you can start out by trying different things, but just know that your channel's not going to take off because you're not nailing one niche down yet. But it's okay in the beginning. So I don't know if I'm making sense or not. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but those are my thoughts on that. The more you make videos, you may discover what types of videos you like to make, right? You might say you like making the how to edit videos better than the how to sail a sailboat video, right? So anyways, I think I've talked enough on that. Yeah, sorry, one more thing I wanted to add to your question. If you have so many evolving interests and hobbies, then you may want to start by just sitting down at a desk with a blank piece of paper and brainstorm. Like, write down, what are all your hobbies? Okay, what do you like to do? So maybe 2 columns. One column is all the things you're good at or half decent at, and then the other column can be things you like. So things you're good at and things you like and are passionate about. Okay, like maybe you're passionate about gardening, but you're terrible at it, right? That you can still make videos about it. You can make videos about how terrible you are, and maybe the videos you make are going to tell the journey, right? Take your viewers through a journey of starting off as a bad gardener to a really good gardener over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, a month, whatever it is. So brainstorm like that, and then just start. It would be easier not to forget something if you have it all written down in front of you, and then you can decide what you want to try first. Or maybe something then will jump off the page at you, and that's what you want to make your videos on. So anyways, I think that's a long-winded answer. I'm sorry, but I hope that helped. And thanks again for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Sophia says, do you still get a little nervous before your lives with us? Good question. Sometimes. That's just me. I'm a bit introverted, so I would say I don't get near as nervous as I used to. And today I don't feel nervous at all. Sometimes, so this new thing that I'm doing on Mondays where I'm interviewing, or I don't like to say interview because I'm not a journalist. I don't interview people. I've never interviewed people. So I like to call them live chats with a special guest. So I've done that now the last 3 Mondays. So I would say yes for those. Get a little more nervous with those because, it's typically the first time or maybe the second chat that I'm having with that person, and just want to, I'm a little unsure. How smoothly is it going to go? Is this person going to be very talkative or not? What if they are asked a question that they don't want to answer, or what if I run out of questions to ask? So there's a little more, I don't know if nervousness is the right word, but maybe a little more anxiety, I suppose. But I don't mind it. It's not going to stop me from doing it. If anything, it's adrenaline, right? It's like, okay, this is new. This is gonna be cool. I know you guys are really gonna like this, so let's do it. I don't care how uncomfortable I get. Uncomfortable is probably an even better word. Sometimes I'll be a little uncomfortable before I start one of those. But no, I don't usually get nervous. I just want to make sure, as long as I got stuff to talk about, then I'll be fine. And you guys give me plenty to talk about. I'll usually have a few things written down here, but you guys supply me with all kinds of questions, and I'll just answer them as best as I can. And if there's something I don't know the answer to, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to try to BS my way through an answer. So anyways, I hope that helps, Sophia. Okay, next, where are we? We have Chris, One Mashed Life. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Again, not very far from here. 54 years old. My biggest problem is I just need to hit record and post up and stop worrying about it. Just do it. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly it. I will tell you that if you haven't posted or uploaded a video yet, the first time you do, I believe you're going to feel relief, and you're going to wonder why you didn't start sooner. That's the way I felt, and that's the way a lot of people feel. Once they actually start posting videos, they'll realize, wow, that wasn't so bad at all. And maybe the video does suck, and that's fine, because the next video you're going to try to make it a little bit better, right? And then before you know it, you're 20 videos in, and your videos are 20 times better than your first one. And that's when you're going to start maybe getting some subscribers and views and whatnot anyways. So yeah, just do it. And if it helps, there's really not typically very many people that watch your first video anyways. And if they do, bonus. But, Yeah, you will, mark my words. You'll look back after you've posted. 10 videos in, you'll look back and you'll think, geez, I should have done this like years earlier. That's what I said to myself anyways. But good luck with it. Do it. It's terrifying. Then you remember not many people are going to watch it anyways. That's true for your first videos. Absolutely. Peter agrees. Yep. To Los Angeles. Good evening from Spain. 7 p.m. here and on time this week for the live stream. Awesome. Welcome. Null Bomber. I found you just yesterday. Watched your over 40 and getting into YouTube video, and it was exactly what I needed to pull the trigger. Gear is in the mail. Awesome. Wow, you don't waste any time. Just found me yesterday and you've placed an order. Awesome. Well, good luck with it. Have fun. Yeah, your journey starts now. Hello, Raul. How you doing? Good to see you. Null Bomber's in Austin, Texas. Awesome. Very good. Raul is in Northwest Indiana. Awesome. Alan Reed. Hey, Alan. How you doing? Good to see you. Alan is in Texas, I believe, right? Hello, Dan. How you doing? 82 in Phoenix today. Fahrenheit. Very good. Here it is -2 Celsius. So I don't know what that is. I'm going to say it's around 30 degrees Fahrenheit here in Nova Scotia. Hey, Barb. How you doing? Good to see you. Dayton, Ohio. Very good. Null Bomber, new channel in the making. Hard to define a niche when I have so many interests and hobbies. My life is always changing. Could that be my niche? Not being a niche. Okay, yes, I already answered your question, but yeah, if your life is always changing, that could absolutely be a niche. Day in the life type videos are fine. Try it. I would try one like that, and or several, right? And just see how it goes, and see how much you like it. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Good to see you again. Hello, Grace. How are you? Good to see you. Grace from Barrie, Ontario. Just wanted to say what a great community is here. What a great community it is here, and I really appreciate this group. Awesome. Glad you like it. Thanks for stopping in. Math Puzzle Crash Course. Great info. Thank you and welcome. You finally convinced me to buy the DJI Mic 2S, or Mic 2s. Next step should be the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 camera. Awesome. Very good. I love the DJI mic. I don't have the 2. I don't have the DJI Mic 2. I have the DJI mic. So it's $100 cheaper, but I think the battery life is 1 hour less, and it doesn't have the 32-bit float for audio, which is kind of a cool thing with the new DJI Mic 2s. Yeah, if that's not a game changer and you want to save $100, for those of you who don't have one yet, the DJI mic, it's just called DJI mic, not one, but the original one is a good. I love mine, and I use it every time I make videos outside. What is your podcast called? I've called it the Over 40 YouTube Success Podcast. What's the best thing? Let me just, if you go, whoops, what did I do? I always try to double click to fill the screen. And if I go YouTube, no, didn't want to do that. Go Rob the Maritimer video. Oh, should share my screen with you guys. So yeah, Over 40 YouTube Success. And if you upload it as a podcast, like you create a playlist called podcasts, a new tab shows up here on your channel. So I'll click podcasts, and that's what it looks like. It also looks like that in Spotify and on Apple Podcasts as well. And then you can click view full podcast. We've got 3 episodes in there so far. So there you go. That's it. That's it, and having fun with that. My intention was never to start a podcast. I just wanted to get people, I wanted to talk to people who have had success with this, because I think you guys and I have heard from a lot of you guys that you want to hear success stories. So that was how it started. And then when I did the live, after I did the first one with Alexa Serenoia, I started looking into it, and it's like, well, wait now, it's really not hard to turn this into a podcast. The first day it took a little extra because I had to create the artwork and I had to sign up for Apple and Spotify, and I do it all through Kajabi. But now that like the main thing is set up, now I just upload the audio to Kajabi. It automatically sends it out to Apple and Spotify, and I make a video version where I cut off the intro and add a newer or a different intro and different ending. So I tighten it up a little bit and put the video version on too. So it maybe adds an hour of work for me Monday nights, but no big deal. I'd be doing something else anyway. So yeah, that's what it's called. One Mash Life. Thought Kevin Colby saying just focus on posting on YouTube and don't worry about cross-platforming was a good take. Getting my small circle of known people to come over to YouTube is not the key. Great point. And yes, Kevin did talk about that when we had our chat. Yeah, he only posts videos to YouTube. He doesn't even do shorts. You know, because people who watch shorts, that's a different audience than people who watch long form videos. So you almost have to ask yourself, what audience are you going after? Are you going after people, like, do you want to make videos for people who are going to watch shorts or watch long form videos? For the most part, viewers are one or the other. You know, there's some overlap, obviously, but yeah. If you have like a big Instagram account or a big TikTok account, sending all those viewers over to a YouTube channel doesn't necessarily help. In fact, it might even hurt because YouTube is trying to do its thing, trying to figure out who your audience is. And every time you upload a new video to YouTube, that's more data for YouTube to figure out who your audience is, right? And they look at, like, YouTube looks at things like your click-through rate and how long are they watching your videos. Well, if you send a whole bunch of people over from Instagram who are used to watching videos that are 1 minute or less, and now you want them to watch a 15-minute video, chances are a much lower percentage of them are going to watch very much of your video at all. Did that make sense the way I said that? So your watch time or your retention from all those people you're kind of forcing into YouTube or sending to YouTube non-organically can skew your numbers and make your numbers worse. Okay, so that's the point I think Kevin was making as well, and I thought it was a great point. Jacqueline, hello, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Livestream Consultants, good morning. How are you? Jason from Moncton, as I know. Yes, I know. Just that is 3 hours north of here. A little less than 3 hours. Anaholic says, a tip I can give you is start small if you feel awkward. Just record yourself with any camera or phone you have for only 1 minute. The only way to get comfortable is do it a lot. That's good advice. Yeah. Film yourself for a minute. Sure. I mean, when I did it for longer, and I felt like, for me, I felt like the longer I talk to a camera, the more comfortable I get. But for me, it's hard to get started. But yeah, just practice. Arlene, how you doing, Arlene? Good to see you. Arlene is here. I'll be listening in the background while I work on uploading a video. Awesome. Good luck with that. Okay. Pop's channel, that's a lot higher tech than my phone. Well, your phone is really all you need to start. It really is. There are lots of successful channels that only use a phone and don't have any extra gear, right? It's all a matter of preference, and the message or the content, like the meat inside your video, is the most important thing. Not so much the quality of it. Now, the quality of it can give you a little bit of a boost, I suppose, but there's no substitute for a good message and a good video that people watch all the way through. That should be the goal, and figuring out the best way you can do that. Peter says, I always use keep the SEO of YouTube in check after my question for a title. Keep the SEO of YouTube in check. Okay, interesting. Very good. There's so many. I find it so fascinating. You can talk to ChatGPT like they're human. Like you can ask them a human question, and I just find it so easy. I love it. It's crazy to think that it's only been around 2 years, I believe. Eric says, do you use the paid version of ChatGPT for what you use it for? I do. Initially, I did because of how often I was using it. And I think they had recently upgraded to ChatGPT 4.0, and I wanted that newer version, and I've just kind of kept with it. So quite honestly, I don't know what the difference is between the paid and the free version now. I think the free version, there's a cap on how many questions you can ask, but I'd have to look into that more to know exactly what it is, but I do use the paid version. No problem. You wanted an example, Sophia. I gave you an example. You have a very techie setup there. Seems unnecessary for beginner level. 100% correct. It is unnecessary. You're right. So this is also a hobby of mine. So, but yeah, you do not need all the stuff that I have here. Now, I could size this down. Like some of the stuff that I have here, it's for the live streaming as well. Okay, so, and when I've been 4 years gathering this stuff up, and I'll be the first to admit, when I started, I was accumulating stuff that I thought I needed to make my setup great and to make the video quality great. But I am now here to tell you that if I were to do it over again, I wouldn't have half the stuff I do. You do need, or it's certainly much easier, multiple monitors if you want to live stream and share your screen, right? So it's nice to be able to look at the live stream here on my MacBook, have a screen down here that I know is the one that'll be shared with you guys if I want to show you something. And then up here, I use this monitor as almost like a waiting room, if you will. Like I've got, you can see I can see the stats of this live stream here and the live chat. And then this monitor over here is just a cheap vertical 1080p monitor that I have my Finder windows or file manager windows open on, and I drag and drop files into my video editing from there. So that's what I use my 4 monitors for. But you're right, completely unnecessary. I think 2 though. I don't believe I would need at least 2 monitors to be able to live stream. But to make videos, no. One, just your MacBook is all you need, or any laptop. Greetings, Peter from Germany. How you doing? Sicilian life, late to the party. Yeah, but you made it. You made it. Thanks for stopping in. Watch Sarasota Tim. He basically has a phone and camera and 60,000 subscribers. Wow. Joey Socks, how you doing, Joey? Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, that's proof right there. You don't need much. The Weezer, hello, Rob Lee from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where we're in a snowstorm. I heard you guys are getting lots of snow. Northern Michigan, Northern New York. I saw the football game in Buffalo there. What was that? Last night, I guess. No, 2 nights ago. And Northern Ontario too is getting lots of snow. We have none here yet. We're in Canada, so we're north. Actually, I think we're south of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, though. But still, most people, when they think Canada, they think winter. But we don't get a ton of snow here on the East Coast. Being a maritime province, the ocean it means that our winters aren't nearly as cold and our summers aren't nearly as hot, basically. So no snow here yet. Might get some flurries this week, though. Hello, Madhu from India. How you doing? Good to see you. Do you use hashtags? Not in my titles. I use tags in my video. So the tags section, when I upload a video, I put tags in. I'm not 100% sure how useful or important they are anymore. I've heard conflicting things about that. I feel like they're more important when you're starting out, when YouTube is kind of struggling to figure out who your audience is and what types of videos you're making. the more information you can give YouTube in the beginning, I think that helps. So that's why I think tags are probably more important then. But once you get going and once organically you start, you've got a subscriber base that gets notified when you upload a new video, and then YouTube, if your subscriber base really likes it and lots of people are clicking on it and they're watching a long time of that video, YouTube will notice that, the algorithm will, and they'll say, oh wow, this is a good one, so let's send it out to more people like these people, right? So I don't know how useful or important tags are once you get to that point. But no, I don't use hashtags in my titles or description, no. How can we do voiceover video in Camtasia? You can do any type of video in Camtasia. So the how, if you want to do a voiceover video, so the way, here are the steps that I would do it. So when you say voiceover video, I'm assuming you mean there's going to be some video, just like almost like B-roll shots, right? That maybe you shoot yourself, you might record yourself, but it's not of you talking. It's just like background shots or whatever. Or it could be some B-roll that you download. Okay, so let's say you're going to build your video with that type, of footage, and then you're going to voice over the top of that. So here are the steps that I would do that. I would first write my script. You can lean on ChatGPT for help with that if you need to, but always check it and make sure it's kind of in your own words, and that you hit all the points that you want to hit on. So develop your script, then record your voiceover. I use Camtasia to build all my videos, to edit all my videos, but I don't use it to record my voice. You can, but I don't. I actually use Adobe Audition. You can use any recorder. You could use Audacity, which is free. Record your voice over in that, and then I would edit the voiceover. I would cut out any mistakes that I made. I would tighten it up, like edit the timing so that each sentence is spaced properly and everything sounds right and it's flowing smoothly. I would then edit that audio to make it sound better. So I'd add some compression. I might put in a noise filter. I might add some bass or some treble, like the equalizer, stuff like that. Once it sounds the way I want it to, I then bring it into Camtasia and it gets its own track, a voice track. And then on top of that, I'll start building the video. So, for each sentence, typically, you would want to have a video supporting whatever you're saying. Okay, so again, you might shoot that video yourself, record it yourself, or you might download it from a Motion Array or Storyblocks or something like that, and then build your video out. Once your video is all built out that way, and you've got voice matched with video, then look at music. Maybe add some music. It could be the same music track throughout the whole video, or maybe there are different, scenes throughout your video, different chapters, if you will. Maybe you want different music for each section. There may be sections you don't want music, so you can do that. Then you can go through it again and add sound effects if you want. And if you have a Motion Array or a Storyblocks account, you can or Epidemic Sound, you can download sound effects from that. So that would be for things like transitioning scenes, or zooming in, zooming out, things like that. So that's a very high level description of how I would build a voiceover video in Camtasia. Okay, so I hope that helped. Where are we? Sorry, where do you find the YouTube music? Let me see if I can find. So if we go, where is it here? Home. Oh no, I don't want that. I want, whoops. That was YouTube. You want to go into YouTube Studio. So let me go to Studio and bring that down to show you guys. It's in Studio. I don't see it here. No. You know what? Maybe I was in the right place. Hey, you know what? Let's do this. let's do this. And you know, this is what I do. Sometimes if you guys ask me a question that I don't know, like in the comments, I go to ChatGPT. So where do I find the free music available to me through YouTube? Searching the web. You can access free music for your YouTube videos through the YouTube audio library. Here's how to find it. Access YouTube Studio. Sign into your account. Click on your profile picture. Select YouTube Studio. Okay. Navigate to the audio library. Did I miss that? Bring this back down again. Audio. Oh, right here. Audio library. Click. There you go. So YouTube Studio, audio library in the side menu here, and then there's music. You hear that? Yep. So some Christmas music, sound effects. Okay, and then start. If you find something you like, you can star it or favorite it. And so there you go. That's how you find it. YouTube Studio, audio library. And another example, Sophia, of how to use ChatGPT. I lean on it a lot. That's my assistant. Livestream Consultants, Creator Mix from Nick Nimmin and Stream Beats from Harris Heller are both free options for music. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for that. So two more great Harris Heller. I think I've seen his videos before. Nick Nimmin, yes, I used to watch him a lot. He's great. And I forgot that, yeah, he does have some free music as well. So there you go. More options for you. JV's Hangout says, could also use Suno AI to create songs if you need music but can't create it on your own. Yeah, I don't really have a comment on that. I have heard that can be done, yes. I'm hesitant to get into the whole AI music thing just for copyright reasons. I don't know where that's going. Even if you make it yourself, you know, did you really? Like, so I don't know. I don't know how the whole copyright thing is going to shake out with respect to AI music. If somebody makes an AI piece of music, you know, can they copyright it, right? So, you know, or, you know, and then I just don't know. I'm not sold on the whole AI for music yet, but I'm, you know, perhaps I will be at some point. You're probably right that that's a good another option to look at for sure. Germans speak English too. Yes, I think more Germans speak English than English folk speak German. I think that's probably a given. But I don't speak German. Dan K, greetings from Bama. Bama as in Alabama? Can you ballpark estimate the total cost invested into all the equipment of your channel production? Oh God, no. I don't even know if I'd want to do that. I'd probably start to cry. And also it would probably dissuade. It would probably send the wrong message because you really don't. I've spent thousands of dollars on all my stuff in here, but again, you really don't need to. You know, I mean, it's got to be north of $10,000, but over many years. Yeah, too much. I've used QuickTime before I bought a Mac. Okay, very good. Okay, let me go. Incidentally, so we're at 3 o'clock. I should let you guys know now that I don't believe I can stay here till 4. So this won't be a 2-hour live stream. So we've got around 35 minutes to go. Purely a selfish reason. I'm in the middle of building a Christmas tree that's going to be on the end of the dock. And it's basically a 25-foot pole with lights. And I've got people coming over to help me raise that so it doesn't fall into the ocean. So maybe I'll make a video of that, and I hope it works. But anyways, yeah, so I have to leave in around 35 minutes or so. I hope that's okay. So maybe I should go a little quicker through these questions because there were some things that I wanted to just discuss a little bit. I used CapCut for a couple years. Yesterday had a terrible time exporting. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, question. Oh, couple people say they have the same question. Oh, I think I already answered that. That was how to define a niche. Okay. Dan says, my wife has 17 years experience with video as a video editor and is an expert with Canva. She looked at Fiverr and found the people willing to pay very little. How did you get good clients on Fiverr? That's a good question. So I started with very low prices. Okay, because I was still running my previous business at the time when I started it, so my thinking was, let's just start with rock bottom prices, like $5 for simple tasks, basically, and start getting some orders in, and I'll do a really good job of them. Basically, I was chasing 5-star reviews. Okay, I would over deliver. Okay, under price, over deliver. And I did that until I got busy enough that, you know what, I can start to raise my prices. And then, you know, still getting busy, and the prices, I was able to keep raising my prices because the number of orders kept growing when I started that. So I started Fiverr in 2019. And then 2020, actually, yeah, the whole pandemic thing probably helped me because that's when my Fiverr business really took off in like March, April, May, June of 2020, and the whole of 2020. So, but that's how I started it, and I think I got one order the first month, no orders the second month, and then the third month I think I might have had 5 orders, maybe $75 or something like that, and then the fourth month it was like $700, and then the fifth month was $3,000. And then it was $6,000. So it just started to take off, and I was able to slowly raise my price. Or like a good strategy with Fiverr is, so the first thing you can do is make your delivery times longer. So let's say you offer something for $5 and you'll do it within 24 hours, and it's just a quick little edit or whatever that takes you 10 minutes. The first step would be, okay, I can still do it for $5, but I'm going to say 3 days delivery. But if you want it within 24 hours, it's double the price. Okay, you can do that. And then I got to a point where I had 3 tiers, like a 5-day delivery or 7-day, if it was like a tutorial video, or like a 3-day rush or a 24-hour rush. Okay, so I'd offer 3 separate tiers. Even though it doesn't take me that long, but if you want to bump to the front of the line, some people are willing to pay more for that. So that was part of my pricing strategy as well. Yeah, so anyways, I hope that helped, Dan. Honda, I finally came up with YouTube for writers. I'm a horror writer and finally decided on this niche. YouTube for writers. That's cool. Great. Good luck with that. Have fun. I think having your channel name match your niche is super important. It can, yeah. I mean, mine doesn't. Rob the Maritimer has nothing to do with teaching people how to do YouTube or how to edit videos. And again, that's partly why I called it Rob the Maritimer, because I didn't know what my focus was going to be when I started, and I just have not changed it. And my channel has evolved into whatever I'm talking about. My face has kind of become my brand. I make sure I put my face, my photo in all of my thumbnails. Actually, I was just looking at my YouTube channel. My banner art doesn't have me in it, and it probably should. It has Peanut in it, but I probably should put myself in that. Maybe this week I'll change that. But yeah, it's I don't know if it's super important. I might have to gently disagree with you on that, Joanne, just because I've seen it succeed without your channel name matching what your niche is. A lot of people are just using their name or part of their name. Like mine, my name is Rob Moore, but Rob the Maritimer is my channel name. So some people have done something like that. But some other successful channels have like I can't even think of one, but like video editing for dummies. I don't even know if that channel exists. It's just something that popped into my head. Could be an example of a channel name. Yeah, so I've seen it done both ways. I do a lot, John and Heather's Dementia Journey. I do a lot of one and done videos, no retakes and almost no editing, but I do focus on my thumbnails. However, my channel is stuck at 10.5 subscribers. I'm assuming that's 10,500. I believe you don't have a half of a subscriber, so I'm just going to assume you mean 10,500. But regardless, whatever you're stuck at, try new things. And actually, that's one of the things I wanted to mention. One of the videos I made this past week was why aren't people getting views? They feel like they should be getting views, but they're not. And one of the things I suggested in that video is just to try something new. If you do a lot of one and done videos, that's perfectly fine. I would look at your analytics to see why maybe they're not getting views. So is the retention graph not good? Meaning, are people clicking in but then dropping off immediately, right? And they're not sticking around to watch the video? That could be a reason why it's not getting the attention you think it deserves. And thumbnails, you do focus your time on thumbnails, which is good. So, I would say look at your click-through rates of your thumbnails. That'll tell you if your thumbnails are getting the clicks. But remember, there's two sides to it. You can get the click, and that's great, but your video has to deliver on the promise you made in your thumbnail and title, right? So if somebody clicks because you got a great thumbnail, but the video starts and it has nothing to do with the thumbnail, or you're taking too long to get to the point, or whatever the case, for whatever reason, they don't feel like they're getting what they thought they were going to get, and they leave. You'll notice that in the retention graph on your analytics page for that video. You just, on the main page, you just scroll down towards the bottom, and you can see the retention graph. And actually, if I were to share mine with you here, if I go to videos, so I don't know, let's look at this one. One of the videos I made. So yeah, why my videos are not getting views. This is what I was just talking about. If I click on analytics for that video, it's doing well. It's above the gray. This gray here is the last, the last 10 videos or so. And the blue line is where this one is at. So 4,700 views. If I scroll down, there is the retention graph. Okay. So it says 64% of viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark, which is typical. Learn more by comparing to your other videos. So if this says, which is below typical, that means it's not a good retention graph. People are dropping off too quick. Or if it says above typical, that's a good one. That's a good retention graph for your channel. Okay, so that's what you want to look at. Yeah, and then for your click-through rate, it's you can find that where? Reach? I think if you go to Reach, yeah, right here, impressions, click-through rate. You can click on that and see how it's done over time. Usually click-through rates are higher initially, especially if you have subscribers, because your subscribers are more apt to want to see your latest video. Whereas if your video starts getting pushed out to new people, based on your subscribers liking it, newer people who don't know you are less apt to click on your thumbnail. That's just the way it is. So that's why over time, this usually goes down a little bit, or it's usually highest within the first day. Okay, so I better speed up a little bit here, but I hope that helped, John. Indiana, Chad, hello, Chad. The Merrick channel, good day from Australia, good day. Hi from Alberta, Canada, Rob. Eat, drink, ride, repeat. I like that name. Oh, you've got a question. So when you first started getting serious about your YouTube channel, was there a certain amount of subscribers that you set a goal on getting in a month? There was, but in hindsight, looking back, it was totally useless. Like, it's so dependent on the performance of your videos, and you really don't know how well a video is going to do until you upload it, right? Sometimes I have an idea that, this video is something different, and I think people are really going to like it, so I expect good things from it. Sometimes I do get good things, sometimes I don't. So I can share with you a little bit about how I track this stuff. If I bring this down, so this is just a YouTube, my YouTube stats, Google Sheet, like an Excel spreadsheet. And what I do is, this is all time. This is my channel, how it's performed all time. So I made a video a couple weeks ago, and what was it? It was basically my journey, my YouTube journey, how I went from 0 to 20,000 subscribers, I think it was 3,300 to 20,000 subscribers or whatever. I forget what the title was, but I kind of walked you through the whole thing. And somebody pointed out that I should have mentioned more about the watch hours throughout the journey, and I'm going to do another video on that. But for you guys who are here watching, thank you. You'll get a sneak peek. So what this shows here is that I started my channel in January 2021, and I started with a bang. I made 9 videos. Now, I had been months researching stuff, probably started in September of 2020. And again, if you recall what I said about Fiverr, I was deep into Fiverr at the time, freelancing, and I was very busy with that stuff. But I finally posted my first video January 1st. It was January 1st, actually, or maybe 2nd. And I made 9 videos that month, and then nothing for 8 months or so. Didn't post anything else. No videos, no live streams, no podcasts. I just added this column. But look what happened. So here's how many views I got in that first month. There's how many subscribers I got. 3 new ones, which brought my total to 6. These 3 I started with were, I think they were my son and my daughter and my nephew, right? So, and again, that doesn't help, but at the time I didn't know any better. So they were my first 3. I got 3 new ones, brought my total to 6 by the end of January. Now look what happened. If you go to the end of September of that year, 8 months later, never posted anything else, but boom, 160 subscribers. Wow. And 1,500 views. 1,500 views that month in September. So this is how many views I got in that month. This is the running total. So I'm up to 5,800 views at that time. Got 1,500 in that month. So I can drill down, I can go back to my stats and figure out which video was doing that. But what I also tracked my watch time here and a running total, because I was cognizant of the fact that I wanted 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, right? To get monetized. That's what was the goal, right? That's what I wanted to do. And I'll tell you though, just to kind of cheat and go to the end of this a little bit, but once I got monetized, I do still track this, but it's really not necessary. Views is the most important thing, really, because that's what you get paid on if you're talking about YouTube AdSense. It's the number of views. Now, if people are watching a longer video of yours, then yes, there could be mid-roll ads that come in there, but I don't think that's nearly as, that might be 10% or maybe 15% of the total revenue that I get from AdSense. But anyways, yeah, my point was I didn't post anything and the channel was growing. Then I started a year later, January 2022, I started posting again slowly. And then boom, 9 videos, and I started doing live streams. And then I think if you really look at the watch time, that's when my watch time hours really started to go up. And if you do the math, so this is the kind of stuff I was doing, 4,000 watch hours divided by 12, I needed to average 333 watch hours per month. Okay, so right there, I'm 367. So I'm meeting that target right there, and things were going well. They're almost 500. That was June 2022. Things are going great, and I'm on the right track. My total is only 2,500. But again, the watch hours that you have to look for is your previous 12 months, right? So the way you do that is just highlight all this, 12 of them, and then look at the sum down here. 2,500 hours is what I was at. Yeah, I suppose that's 25 because I'm only subtracting 90 here. Anyways, but then I stopped. I stopped for a long time. We moved right here, and I had to tear down my office, and I had, it took me time to build this new office. But then things kept growing. I was at 1,100 subscribers, and then a year later, I'm at 2,300 after not posting any more videos. So, and then the watch hours at that time, though, I think I got close. I used to have a column here that was the running total of my previous 12 months, but I've deleted that. But I can quickly click and highlight this. So that's July. There. Oh no, that's wrong column. There's my last 12. 3,000 watch hours for that year. So still not there yet, even though I'm at 2,300 subscribers. If I scroll down further, this was the point that I got monetized right here at the end of this month in May. So 10,000 watch hours total. I was at 3,365 subscribers. And if I highlight my previous 10 months, there, 4,596 watch hours. So it was towards the end of May that happened. But then I got so now I'm really pumping out videos and live streams, right? I've been doing this since February, every week. Well, March looks like I only did 2. But now, in June, 2,000 watch hours in 1 month. And then this is the month that things really took off, because I had that one video, the over 40 video that did crazy. 340,000 views that month, all my videos, 30,000 watch hours, and then 12,000 new subscribers, 13,000. So anyways, that was another long-winded answer, but I think I used to like videos like this that kind of showed that kind of stuff. So I am going to make a video that'll kind of talk about that stuff, but that was a little sneak peek. A little longer than a sneak. That was kind of detailed, but I hope you like that. My favorite part of making videos is editing. Very good. I think you are not in the majority there. I think a lot of people struggle with the editing part. Okay, what do we got here? 3:15. Here's a question. Is it true you should do YouTube Shorts to get more subscribers faster? My shorts are in line with my long form content, and I do get more subscribers with my shorts. So that goes back to the previous question too. I've experimented with that as well. So I watched a video at some point, and I forget whose it was, but talked about that if you ever do have a successful long form video, then make some shorts out of that video and put them on, Instagram and YouTube Shorts and TikTok, whatever. Try to drive more traffic to, if you want to see the rest of this video, here's the link to the YouTube long form video. So I've done that, but then I've also since heard that, it doesn't really help because there are 2 different types of audiences. I did notice I did get some subscribers from that, but it's something you can try. That's my suggestion. I don't think it's that helpful, but it's worth a shot. If you're, and you know what? If you're getting more subscribers from your shorts, maybe you're a shorts creator more so than a long form creator too, right? Some people go that route instead of the long form. I would, if you're not sure, then give it a shot and analyze the results and see if it works for you or not. Okay, I'm going to have to zip through some of these. I'm trying to look for questions. Another question about niche. How do I go about zeroed into my niche? I boat, preparing to do the Great Loop. I love my home decor, makeup, and DIY. I'm at a loss here. Yeah, so I did talk about that quite a bit earlier in this video. So you might want to watch that on the replay, but I'll also tell you that there is a video you can watch, and I'm going to show it to you here, that will help. If I scroll, so this is my channel, and where is it? This one right here. So top YouTube niches for explosive growth in 2024. That's what I titled it with ChatGPT's help. But the thumbnail looks like that. It says find your niche, and the cat staring at me, Peanut. So that's a video I made that really helps with that. It helps you identify what you should make videos on. So maybe give that a watch, and hopefully that helps. 4:30 a.m. in Australia. You should be asleep. Jason, I signed up for YouTube in 2009, made my first video 10 years later. Wish I'd done it a decade earlier when I signed up. Yeah, that's pretty much everybody says that once they actually start posting. The Beatles or Queen? I like them both. I really like Queen though. Probably Queen. But they're both good. Hey Jude's a great song. Bohemian Rhapsody is a great movie. I love that movie and the song. Not even sure if that's the question you were asking, but that's my answer. I watched Peter McKinnon yesterday, and he talked about how easy it was to lose track of the number of days between videos. That's interesting. Yeah. Peter McKinnon's great too. Another Canadian. I love his stuff. He started as a photographer and turned into a videographer. He's got like 5 or 6 million subscribers, I believe now. But yeah, great videos. Do you have any recommendations for a wireless mic? Will it connect to your GoPro? That I'm not sure. Wireless mic though, the DJI mic is what I recommend. It's what I use, and I love it. And even though it connects to my iPhone, it'll connect to an iPhone or any phone with USB-C, so Samsung, and it also connects with the little pin connector to a Sony camera. Presumably that's how you would connect it to a GoPro. I'm not 100% sure, but even though I connect mine to my phone, sometimes I don't even use, well, the DJI mic has onboard recording as well. So you can press the recording button on it and it'll record onto the 8 gigabyte hard drive that's right in the mic. And you can sync it up in post, like when you're editing. You can always sync it up if it cannot connect to whatever camera you're using. But I would think it would connect to a GoPro as long as GoPro has an audio in connector, but I'm not sure if it does or not. But my point is I wouldn't let that stop me, even if it won't connect to that. I would still use that mic because it literally takes me 30 seconds to sync an audio track to a video track. The GoPro itself, even if you don't have a mic connected to it, it has a mic in it, so you can use that audio with the audio from your DJI mic and just line up the waveforms and then play it a couple times until it sounds perfect, and then boom, that's it. Cut off the beginning and the end and group the tracks together if you want. I don't usually, but and you're off. Okay, any other questions here? Arlene says, question, can you talk a little bit, I feel a sneeze coming on. Can you talk a little, excuse me, sorry about that. Can you talk a little about Creators Cove, the content, the time commitment, and generally what to expect when you join? Sure, so Creators Cove is a community that I created. When I first launched it in August, I included it only for people who bought my course. So I created a 37 video, 7-hour course that walks you through how I make my videos, from recording to editing, uploading, everything in between. So people who bought the course got into Creators Cove for free. What I have since done is I've opened up Creators Cove for free for anybody. Okay, you don't need the course to get into Creators Cove, and I did that to try to encourage more people to join and get the conversation going. So time commitment, there's really none. You don't have to commit any time to it. Just it's a place you can drop in, and there's several chat rooms, and I can show it to you if I drag it down here. Where is it? Here. Am I not logged in? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is it. This is Creators Cove. Let me just... Everything going on okay here? Yeah, all right. This is Creators Cove. And what it is basically is a bunch of chat rooms. Is everything okay here? I'm getting some mixed signals. That is the live stream still going? Or am I getting cut off here? Hopefully this is still working. Anyways, this is Creators Cove. So several chat rooms. You can go in there. You can ask questions, get some help if you need. We are here still. Good. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, one of my Google Chrome windows just kind of said, "Ah, snap," and it disappeared. So I was wondering if I lost internet. If I do lose internet, thanks all for joining today, because I've only got about 10 minutes left before I have to go anyways. But yeah, so this is Creators Cove. You can drop in and post questions. There's also a DM section where you can ask me questions directly, and I'll answer those when I can. Lots of helpful people in here. There's 220 members right now. Yeah, that's Creators Cove. What to expect when you join? I would expect. So what I suggest is you go into the introductions chat room, introduce yourself. You can also go to the YouTube channel section and share your channel if you have one, and you'll have lots of helpful people answering you and welcoming you. It's been great. So yeah, that's Creators Cove. Okay, scrolling, looking for the next question here. Buried in snow. Loved your interview with Jason from Camtasia. Your style of interviewing works for me. I worked for an NPR radio station for 7 years doing interviews. After a while, it gets totally easy. Yeah, it is getting easier, and that's what I'm telling my guests right off the start. I'm just saying, look, this is a little outside my comfort zone. Let's just have a chat. We'll have a chat. I'll ask you some questions, and then we'll dive into the live chat and see if there's any questions in there. And so far, so good. Oh, did I miss this? I'm sorry. Barb McGavran. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And it has a question. Please discuss how your paid coaching calls work. Considering booking a call with you just to help organize thoughts. Sure. So, yeah, about a few weeks ago, I started offering calls, like one-to-one coaching call. You can call it coaching call or a strategy call, or just to kind of shoot some ideas back and forth call if you want. It's whatever you need. It's just some one-on-one time with me. So what you can do, there's a link in the description of all of my videos. It should be below this live stream as well, in the description, where you can if you click on that link, it's a link to my calendar, where you can select a date and pick a time that works for you, and then that would be so. And I have time slots available basically on the hour. So because of that, I've scheduled them to be 50 minutes long. Now, if I have nobody scheduled after, then if we go over, that's no big deal. Like yesterday, I had a call like that. It went a little bit over the hour, but that's fine. I had nothing scheduled after that one. Yeah, and typically I will ask if you can give me some kind of hint as to what you might want to talk about, what you need help with. And that's kind of in the form as well. So once you book your time and you pay the fee, there's I forget which form it is, but there's a form there where you can actually let me know what it is you're looking for, what you're looking for help with, and then I'll reach out to you. And the way it works is I'll give you a Zoom link, and it'll be scheduled. Actually, that happens automatically when you book it. A Zoom link gets created. And then we both join the Zoom call, and yeah, I can share my screen if that's something you want me to do in the call, or if you want to help coming up with a niche for you, you can tell me a little bit about yourself, what your interests are, things like that. All of the calls that I've had so far are completely different, right? Some people are just looking for validation in the ideas that they already have. Other people don't know where to start. Other people are looking for equipment suggestions and ideas. One person, I actually got into the iPhone and actually how to use the iPhone as a camera and how to zoom and which lens to look at, and whatever I can help you with, I would help you with. So that's how that works. So I hope that answered your question, Barb. Yes, so no problem, Barb. Lisa the Wolf. Hi, Rob. Thanks for your great content. You've mentioned more affordable mics. Is that referenced somewhere in your guide elsewhere? Didn't see that. Didn't see it in the description, like under $100. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I do recommend the DJI mic, but I understand it's like over $200. You can get a lapel mic, one that just clips here, that's on a long wire, and they're like $20 to $40, somewhere in there. And because, the closer you can put a mic to your mouth, the less background noise it'll pick up and the better the quality will be. So if you can have a mic clipped right here, whether it's that DJI mic or the lav mic, that's ideal, and you can get a really good sound out of that. That's what I used before I bought the DJI mic. I don't have it right here now. I have one laying around somewhere, but I think I do have a link for it down below. If not, just search for Power Dewise. So Power and then Dewise is spelled D-E-W-I-S-E. Power Dewise Lav, L-A-V mic, or lapel mic. And there's different versions. One that'll plug in to an iPhone, like the old Lightning connection, which is what my iPhone still uses. It's 2 years old. Or other versions that will plug into a Samsung phone. Yeah, so that's what I would use. No, Mountain Finance, you're right on time. Actually, yeah, I only have another 5 minutes or so. So, but you're never too late. That's right, as the Merrick channel says. Here's a good question. Can you include a few seconds of music from your favorite artists and still monetize? I would not do that because I'm afraid of getting demonetized for doing things like that. Sometimes you can get away with just a short little bit. I've seen other people do it, but I've not tried it, and nor will I, because I just don't want to take that chance. So I would suggest not do that, but if you want to try it, you can. Joey Socks, thank you very much for the super chat, Joey. Really appreciate it. And I like doing these live streams. Mountain Finance, I was doing a live stream on Christmas scams, which just happened to be scheduled at the same time. Oh, very good, very good. I hope that helps you not get scammed over Christmas. That would suck. Okay, let me just... yes, Anaholics just mentioned. I'm just skipping ahead here to the live chat. There's now a DJI Mic Mini, which is probably under $100. It does not have internal recording, but it is wireless. Another good option, absolutely. Okay, I'm just looking for any more questions. Do I have a template for my spreadsheet? I don't, but maybe that's something I can make. Not a bad idea. Maybe that sounds like a good idea for a free download. A template for that. And Lisa the Wolf said the same thing. Or can I export this data from YouTube? Well, I mean, you can export data from YouTube, and I haven't done that. I update mine every day. I just track it myself. It's just I'm a bit of a nerd with spreadsheets. Okay, I think I'm almost to the end here. Okay, Eat, Drink, Ride, Repeat says, should I do a live stream even if I don't have many followers? I say yes. And the reason I say that is it'll get you into the habit of talking to a camera, number one. So it's great practice for that. And followers will start to come, because if you're live, I mean, there's a section in YouTube that shows who's live. And the more people, jump into your live, if you kind of do it regularly every week, which I would recommend you do, it'll grow. And live streams are a great way to grow watch hours. And a lot of people have more trouble reaching the 4,000 watch hours than they do the 1,000 subscribers. So I recommend live streaming, and that's why I started it. And I would have been monetized probably 2 years earlier had I not taken those long breaks. So yeah, I would do it. Absolutely. I'd be prepared with something to talk about, be prepared to have no questions, just in case you don't get any. Yeah, that's what I would do. No problem. No problem. All right, guys, I apologize, but I'm going to have to go because I have to go finish setting up that Christmas tree on the dock. I'll take a video of it when it's done. I'm actually going to set up a camera to show, maybe try to show how we raise this and hope to God it doesn't fall in the ocean. It's going to be 25 feet tall and it's on a base that's 12 feet wide out at the end of the dock. So yeah, I've got all kinds of ropes tied to it. Anyways, I hope it goes well. I got some people showing up. They're going to help me with it. Thanks again for stopping in. So yeah, I'm going to have at least one video out this week. If not tomorrow, yeah, probably not tomorrow. So Thursday, if not Thursday, Friday. And then remember, next Monday, I've got Raina V, Small Retired Life, is going to be my special guest. She started her channel 3 months ago and has already passed 30,000 subscribers. So I'm really looking forward to talking to her, and come with your questions. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to answer them. And then I've got another very special guest the following Monday, which I'll talk about another time. So yeah, with that said, thanks everybody for stopping in today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.